All right. Hey, happy Victory Friday, everybody. The Detroit Lions got a big win. And Chris, quite frankly, I'm more excited about it this morning as we do an early record, up bright and early to do this than I was even yesterday. And I think we are going to give in this video some exciting news beyond just the numbers, beyond just what we saw. But before we get into all that kind of stuff and the next gen stats and what other teams are doing, can you just give me one of your biggest takeaways? Just give us a picture into your life as you're watching this game. What was your number one takeaway of, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening in this game as we beat the Cowboys by 2 scores?
Yeah, I love the just knowing that, okay, if we can get this victory, it
Yeah.
will be right in the mix with this. We'll be right in the mix. And then to see the pass rush, to see the offensive line play really good in spots, those were the things that I love to see. Offense and defensive line really showed up for me. Yep.
Did we not talk about that all week leading up to this? I mean, we had a normal 7-day week, even though it's weird because it was a Thursday game. It was also really cool to see Thursday night football have 2 teams that had an entire week to prepare. Because it was quality football rather than what we usually get on Thursday night, which is kind of a lopsided victory. We talked about offensive line all week, and we're sitting there. And by the way, just minute and a half into the video, can I get a Miles Frazier shout out? Sure, he had a couple of penalties, a couple of false starts and stuff like that. We have a Miles Frazier sighting, and him and Tristan Colon were basically going back and forth on this thing. They're basically going back and forth. But I want to throw it to you, and then we'll go back to talking about the game. You were talking to me about how the Detroit Lions the win got more exciting and how they got even more good news because of other things that are going to be happening that we can watch for this weekend. Can you kind of get into some of that for me? And
There you go. Yeah,
get into some of that. What do we
check this
got?
out. Like 54% probability. So we were a little bit of a long shot going into this game with playoff wise, just we knew games were going to come up. So it's like once the game happened and once we got the victory, then you could see, okay, 54, what these numbers are just something to say, all right, we got an opportunity to make playoffs. Fine. But what's really cool is we're a game and a half behind the Bears and Packers. And for the first time in a long time, games this week really benefit us, right? So Bears, Packers playing each other. The outcome of this game really helps it. So we will either pull within one game or a half game behind one of them. And there we go, right there. Now we're right in the mix. And so I don't know about you, but I still think rooting for the Bears to lose makes the most sense. I think you can go again. I don't think there's a wrong answer here. I think the only reason people like the Bears losing is because if they can lose a little bit and then we can do that head-to-head matchup, that's a huge deal. And we've already got the win against them. So this is why this is exciting is we had to get the win in order to all right, what does that do now? Like plug that into the system and see what does it mean for us going forward. So your thoughts on that?
Yeah, my thoughts on that are the Bears going forward have just a gauntlet, and the Packers have a even worse gauntlet. Like when you look at what the Packers have left, it's Bears, and then it's I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. It was Bears, then they go to Denver, then they go to Chicago, and then they play Baltimore. They
Something
end
like
with
that.
Minnesota, but it's Bears, Broncos, Bears, Baltimore, like the Ravens. And I'm like, that is brutal. And if we're only a half a game behind them, if they lose, I'll take that all day. Like, I'll take that all day. It is very conceivable that they go 2-3 to finish this thing. And then we get the Bears at the end. Like, there it is. And then the Bears, you're pulling it up right there, right? They have Packers, Browns, Packers, Niners. I mean, and all of this is very interesting. It is very interesting. And I know we're moving around with this, and I'm going to get rid of this graphic and I'm going to add this graphic up. And because here's what's crazy. Playoff probability is 54%. We already played our game. We know what it is. And here's the crazy thing. The 49ers are on a bye. They're at 91%. That number's way too high to me. But if the Packers lose, they go down to 73%. 73. If the Bears lose, they go down to 65%. And yes, I want to talk about our game because, man, what a fun game that was to watch last night. It felt like we were watching the Lions again. Like,
Mhm.
does that make sense? But there's a lot of teams that are starting to come back to the pack. Now, this Eagles game, again, they have a high probability. We very much helped the Eagles last night by beating the Cowboys because the Cowboys have a very easy finishing schedule. But Eagles are falling apart too. And I
Mhm.
could see that as something too. But I do want to jump back in. Can I jump back into the game? Can
Yeah.
we just can we just talk football for a second? Like, as I see this is the box score from last night. Some of the things that jump out to me that I thought were kind of nuts. First off, we only had 109 yards rushing. Didn't it feel like we had more?
Yep.
I mean, like Montgomery looked like Montgomery again. The split in carries was a little bit still. It was 2-1 Gibbs, but Gibbs, we didn't have to give him the ball 20 times.
Right.
And Gibbs wasn't the only thing. Everybody got involved. Jared Goff realized there was more than one wide receiver on this team. That was so fantastic to see. He's throwing 7 balls to J-Mo. All right, 9 targets to J-Mo, 9 to St. Brown. Even targets, 7 to Gibby, right? Tesla, I got a few targets. Chris, when you look at the offense, what was the best part about the offense to you and the most intriguing going forward?
Well, the offensive line. There was a couple spots early in that game where we're just throwing swing passes, we're quick passes, and even like a quick little slant. Like they were almost too Goff, and I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Here we
we're
go
not going
again.
to be able to ever throw it deep, or just
Ever.
not even deep, but just a 15-yard or 10-yard throw. It's like we can't do that anymore. I cannot believe this. And then in the second half, or there were stretches in that game where, oh, he is back there looking, firing. Oh my gosh, we haven't seen that in a while. So just to see the
Yeah.
offensive line step up is what I loved seeing that, and I love seeing David Montgomery. So what made me realize is when David
Yeah, I missed
Montgomery's
him.
running hard and doing his thing, it's that's when we are playing well.
Yeah.
When Gibbs is just unbelievable and running just super fast and he gets 3-4 yards, that's like that's awesome, man, and
Yeah,
thank
of
you for
course.
saving us, but that's not our offense. We're not doing well. It
Hmm.
basically. But
Hmm.
when Montgomery runs for 5-6 yards, 7 yards, it's like, okay, that is we're doing, we're doing what we need to do. And then the last thing on the offense was, yeah, wide receiver wise, man, just St. Brown, same thing. When St.
Hmm.
Brown's catching and in a flow, man, that's more like it right there. So
That is
love
more
seeing
like it.
those things. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I love to hear that. And I think you're right with Gibbs. It's wonderful to see what he does, right? And he's just working so hard to get 3 or 4 yards. It is reminiscent of Barry Sanders, who he just tied his record for, right? For
Mhm.
most touchdowns under 24. I think he's at 47 now. It's an obscure stat that has been shown so much. Like, I would love to just see a stat that says something along the lines of most touchdowns in first 3 seasons. I wonder where he's at with that one.
Yeah, right.
But like the before 24 is kind of funny to me. In the first 3-4 seasons, I would love to see that stat as well. But and by the way, Barry Sanders didn't end. I think he ended at 99 rushing touchdowns. I mean, I'm sure there was more receiving, but yeah, it's not the recipe for success. It's what you can do to get away with it, but it's not how you continually win. And having Demo back means that the line was producing better. And what I
Mhm.
saw them
Exactly.
start to do a little bit was they would still do they would rotate in. This was so interesting. Did you notice the rotation at left guard?
Yep, yep.
Like, and seeing that after Tristan Colon just gives up 4 pressures in the first 6 plays, and that is why in the beginning of the game I was like, "Oh, here we go again."
Mm.
Like, here we go again. I remember I even looked at my wife. I'm like, "Here we go again. Goff has no time. He's throwing it in the dirt again." And then they're like, you know what? No, we're not going to deal with this. They took him out. They sent a message. Frazier came in, played admirably for a guy who got his first NFL action, period, right? When everybody else has played an entire season. He's got Quinn and Williams lined up over him. He's
Mhm.
got, he's got these really good players. And it's just like, okay, he held up. And then he made a couple of bonehead mistakes. Yep, that makes sense. He's a rookie playing his first game. But Demo is following the line, and that's what David Montgomery does. If you can get him to the second level, like, or almost untouched or kind of touched, that's when all of a sudden he becomes just an absolute monster. Absolute monster.
And when is it really cold in Ford Field? Is JMO
What's it wasn't just him. There were multiple DBs. Like it's like why I all I could think was like, is there COVID going around or something? Why is
well,
everybody
JMO,
wearing face masks?
my wife's like, why is he doing that? I'm like, just without even blinking. I'm like, because he's an idiot. Because his mouthpiece is hanging out.
Oh,
But,
why?
you know,
Why?
but so he is
Is it
I love
NFL requirement to
him.
have
I
a
love him.
mouthpiece?
What's that?
Like, is it a requirement, like, as part of the uniform in the NFL to have a mouthpiece?
I think
Like,
so. And
is
and you
that why everybody just has that thing hanging
and
and
just
nobody uses it?
no one uses it. I must be in and see that's the fun that I love him and I love to hate him too. Is like
Yeah, absolutely.
if you're gonna let just look like an idiot out there with a cold gear winter face
Up to
mask
here.
up to your lower eyelids,
Yeah.
then when you have the
Irritating.
chance, and he's lucky he didn't get a penalty, but he goes to score there and he
Yes, he's
steps out of
very
bounds.
lucky he didn't get a penalty.
Steps out of bounds, throws the ball. I mean, this is just like you're watching it. That you could see. I mean, you could look at the replay. The official's like trying to get the flag, but like almost can't. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm
And then
not even
he's
gonna
thinking
do
to
it.
himself, he probably thought he scored. I'll let it go. But we'll get to the officiating in just a second. But
Oh,
that's
boy.
the stuff with JMO. It's like if you're gonna do that, get in the end zone, man. You step out at the 3 and it's fine. But I thought JMO played well.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, love to see love seeing him out there. And here's the other thing, Craig. I'd love to your thoughts on this. I think,
Real quick before you ask
yeah,
this question, JMO, Jared Goff on the set, the
mm.
prime set after the game actually said JMO's becoming one of the most reliable receivers he's ever played with.
See, I'll shut up. Thank you. Love
Really?
JMO. What a
But
great
but
player.
like, okay, and this was amongst like the amount of I don't know why our fans were so desperate to get Jared Goff to take his shirt off after like, Fitzmagic's over there, doing this kind of playing with his nipples and like, I'm just like, what are we watching? You don't
What
see
are
this on ESPN,
no
like
it, well, I thought the defense played great.
did
I
you?
thought they played great.
Oh, it's gonna
Here's
be
why
our
I say
first slight
that.
disagreement.
Here's why I say that is they allowed 9 points in the first half.
Yes. Yep.
And then overall they allowed 9 there was 9 monster field goals. They stopped them at
Yes.
freaking midfield 3 times that
Like
resulted in 9
54,
points.
57, 63 or something like that.
Yeah, so if you take their, so I just think okay, fine, take those away, right? They allowed 21 points. I thought they played great against a really hot offense.
Mhm.
Yes, with their completions with I mean, sure, right? But stop the run generally, got pressure. I mean, Amik Robertson's given up everything and anything, but also he's right in
Everything and
there
anything.
and causes that
Yeah.
huge turnover to start the second half. We switched up a little bit into some zone.
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
Yep,
That's what you were talking about all week. Can we just be in a shell a little bit every
yep,
once in a
just a
while
little bit.
and just give up 4 yards? And that's what we did.
That's what we did. So I say the word great. I just like that was a great job. And yeah, I know we could debate the word great, but I just thought overall to stop them at midfield multiple times and that the Cowboys still huge field goal settle the game
Yeah.
down. That's like they get points. So it's like, oh my gosh, that guy is not missing from anywhere. What's up
No,
with that guy
ever.
with twinkle toes? He just like tiptoes up
Swings.
to that ball and just it's up
It's
and
almost like he kicks the ball like, I don't care.
I
Like he just kind of walks up. He's like, here you go, kick
think
it. And
and
it's just like,
and
oh
it's
yeah, 70 yards.
in the trajectory of that doesn't make any sense because that's
Right.
how we've all played Madden. You got to get it going, and he's just like,
Yeah.
and at
I've never seen it. He leaves
59.
the bar on high,
So
you
yeah,
know?
your thoughts on the defense?
Yeah, no, I thought the defensive line was extremely improved.
Yeah.
I just think our linebackers in this game were out of control. I
Oh,
thought Jack Campbell against the run was a masterclass, and even sometimes when they let him blitz, it was a masterclass. I thought Alex Anzalone in pass protection or in pass coverage for a linebacker, I don't
Yeah.
know how much better you can be, if I
Yeah.
can be honest. I mean, Ferguson is a very good tight end, and he had to make just remarkable catches, remarkable to get anything done. But I thought the linebackers are great. Barnes and Campbell were the two guys with the turnovers, right? They were fantastic. Our DBs still leave something to be desired. I thought Avonte Maddox came in and played great. And I think that's kind of the theme of what's going on here that I'm just so confused about, Chris, is that our backups in in the backfield are actually playing better than our original starters.
Mm.
I feel like Avonte Maddox played the best game at safety this game. I feel like Rocky Sin was undoubtedly our best cornerback in this game. Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, I didn't even think it was close. And it was just kind of remarkable to me. And I don't know if that's because other guys are banged up. I know DJ Reed has got a lot of head bobbing with his running going on. Like he just turns and it's like, man, you are just underperformed. But I don't know what was better for the Lions. The way our DBs played or George Pickens' seeming lack of interest.
Mm.
Like
Thank you,
he
George.
just
Needed that.
didn't care. Like I think if I can be honest, you talk about JMO with the up to here and like being an idiot. Like George Pickens is an idiot. Like
Yeah.
JMO is the guy running back to the ball in routes. He's
Yep.
the guy, I mean, putting in full effort. The dude is putting in full effort. And Pickens just over here like on a Sunday picnic. And I'm
Mhm.
just like, dude, thank you. Like, thank you so much. You are so talented. You could absolutely obliterate Amik Robertson right now, but instead you're going to jog into a slant.
Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
he is right, and that's a great because I was curious about that because it's funny you mentioned that because I was watching it. It's like, all right, JMO's an idiot, Pickens is an idiot, but there's such a difference, right? Our
Such a
our guy's
difference.
got the perception of, or he's right on the fringe of, but it's like he doesn't actually do the idiot stuff. He just looks
No,
like he's gonna do something dumb, and he kind of does, but
he gets in trouble for celebrating.
he gets
Pickens just stops.
right. But when
Mm-hmm.
exactly when it comes to like the actual, so I agree that was great. How about some just crazy officiating stuff? And I think there's two
Wow.
categories to the officiating. I think I've always thought this, and you tell me your thoughts, is there is the pass interference, something like that that's in the game, it's not reviewable. How can you really be too upset about that? And it's
Right.
gone both ways. And you
Yep.
can be upset, but it's like I kind of understand that. Just barely understand. It's a bang. What are you going to do? But when they go to replay
Yes.
and still can't get it right, I'll never understand that. And that's why the replay, it's it's not really worth it. Why are we going to review it and still get it wrong? Let's just roll with, let's never review anything because that doesn't help, slows everything down. So let's start with that, the safety thing.
Yep.
What are you, did maybe we missed it? Maybe that the ball was completely out of the end zone. Your thoughts on the safety?
Yeah, the safeties, that was stupid. Yeah, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like the first view, I understand like how it's like there's no way, right? And then they come back from the break, and all of a sudden, tail between the legs, Prime Video is like, we're gonna lose our NFL contract. No, and they're like, oh, there's another angle. This is what they were looking at from New York, and in this angle, you can see the ball clearly was over the plane. I'm like, no, you can't.
Mm-mm.
Like it was right down. I'm like, it's still not clear. Like I remember the days of insurmountable video evidence in order to overturn. It wasn't that. The call on the field was a safety. It was a safety. Now, they ended up punting to us and we went down and scored a touchdown. May actually be better off because we had such good field position.
Right.
Which, by the way, can we do another video on Tom Kennedy by himself this week?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the dude isn't fast. The dude isn't that shifty. The dude isn't that, but like his punt and kick returns, I know this isn't what you're saying, and I'll go back to it.
Oh
But
no,
like,
love this.
what are we talking about? Like, I don't understand it. The dude just consistently gets about 15 yards more than he should on every single return.
And
Every single one.
you and I were just talking about this with Khalif Raymond back there. It's like,
Yeah,
he's gonna get he's gonna get destroyed. Hang on to the ball, man. Just and
hang on.
with Kennedy, it's like
Don't die.
little shift makes one guy
Yes.
miss, second guy's kind of on him, and then boom, 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 he gets 12 yards. You're like, dude,
Yep.
dude, good. And Where Khalif Raymond, it's like he could take it, but he could
Yeah.
also just oh yeah. So it just Khalif, I don't know, man. Tom Kennedy, continue. I just love that is basic
I
core,
love him.
making football look easy.
Yeah.
Tom Kennedy,
Like,
thank you.
it's just a feel for the game, and I
Yes.
think the difference between the 2 of them is Khalif Raymond is very fast, right? He's very fast. Like, they
Yeah.
argue that he's the fastest on the team, and I'm like, "No, he's not." But, he's top 3, right? He really is,
Oh,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
very fast, but he's like a start and stopper. Like, he's kinda gotta get makes me think of, like, when you're starting in Mario Kart, and you don't time it just right, and you kinda, "Ooh," and then you're going. Whereas Tom Kennedy, I feel like everything he does is at the same speed. He is immediately at what is 85% of Khalif Raymond,
Yep.
but he stays there. He stays there in the cuts. He stays there on the acceleration. Like, he's just fluid, which is weird to say. He's fluid and he reads it well. And
Eh,
sometimes it might even give him a little extra second. I think people just are deceived by how fast he is
yeah,
and
and
and his suddenness. Yeah,
you know,
suddenness. There's the word.
JMO had like one where he caught an out and he like he backed up to try to get more yards and lost 3, and then it was just like a 2-yard
Yeah.
pass. And it's like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's he's trying to fine. But what I'm just using that as an example where Tom Kennedy would have caught it. He doesn't have the even ability to like back out of that play and try to make
So
a
he's not
play,
going
and
to
he
try.
would have just kind of leaned forward for 7. And you're like,
Yep.
dude,
Thank
good,
you.
good play. So he just
Yeah.
does, yeah,
It's
he's
like
got a
St. Brown.
yep,
It's a lot like what St. Brown does, right? Like, you just get the ball, you just move forward.
yep,
You
move
just
forward.
move forward, and if you're gonna not move straight forward, you're gonna move forward on a diagonal. You're never gonna go sideways or back, and Tom
Nope.
Kennedy knows that. Like, he's a north-south returner.
He is,
Like,
oh my gosh.
that's what he is, and somehow there seems to be more windows for him because he just sees the windows that Jacob Sailors doesn't.
Dude,
And,
and
just
and
thank
that
you.
is that light shiftiness to just right. And because Sailors had a return, and again, it's the Lions fever of like just hold on to the ball, man, because
Yeah,
what's the only way we lose? And it just felt like, and he was fine, but it just felt like he almost dropped. Did he almost drop that ball?
I
Whereas
think so, yeah.
Kennedy just has it, man.
It's
So
there.
yeah, I know, I
I didn't
love
know we
that.
were gonna do a Tom Kennedy segment. By the way, the other call that absolutely infuriated me, was the offsides that was never thrown.
Hmm.
Goff thinks he has a free play, and even if you make the argument that Herbie made, which was, I think the ball was snapped before he gets into the neutral zone, it was still pass interference.
Hmm.
It was a double flag on that play. You were talking about the officiating. Now, were there a couple of 50-50 calls that went our way? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, thank you. Like, cause the refs effectively, our buddy Zach always talks about it with the Packers game. I don't know if you've talked to him. He's like, the refs effectively gave the Packers 14 point. Like, he has been so mad about it for a week. It's hilarious. And understandably so. And I'm like, are we doing this again? But we played well. We only punted twice, I think. I don't remember punting, but the box score says we punted twice. Like, it's just what a game. It
Yo,
was
and
just Dan Campbell is in his bag, right? What do you think? Talk to me. Was
I
Dan Campbell in his bag or not? Like, did that feel like a Ben Johnson run offense?
well, again, when you block up,
Yeah.
it just everything is so nice. And
So nice.
Goff had probably 5 throws that were time had the was able to pat the ball a couple times
Yep.
back there and just zing it
Mhm.
into JMO. JMO on that like that play where he's got the
Like
corner
20
beat. He's
yard
going deep
hitch.
and then he cuts it back. And so
Yeah.
yeah, that was great, man. And
By the way,
Muhammad,
that play was like a Tyreek Hill special, right?
yeah,
Like, that's what you always saw the Dolphins running, was like that 15 to 20 yard just hitch. And you're just like, seriously, how do
yeah.
you run that play?
How do you
Yeah.
stop that? Because it's like
You
he's
can't.
going, and then
Yeah.
he just stops, and the ball's right there. What a great play! So,
Great
yeah,
throw.
I
It's the longest video we've ever done.
early in the video or early in the game, sorry, it
Yeah.
was. It doesn't matter. Is how I was feeling. Like it doesn't even matter if we win this. I'm starting to be in that camp of
Oh,
we can't
negative
really
Nancy.
block. We offensive line just can't. But then as the game went on and we were blocking and we responded because they score. That was the weird part of the game. Is like how are we only up 7? I mean,
Yeah.
this I hate and then I'm like playing that game where I'm like, this is why the NFL is stupid. That's why football, because you're up 17 points or whatever it is, and it's just like 2 plays later, it's a 7-point game, but we
Yep.
respond, we get turnovers. It just goes to show all the things that you talk about that we weren't doing. It's like, well, no wonder we couldn't win. We couldn't run the ball. We weren't getting takeaways. We're allowing pressures. It's like,
Yeah.
you have no chance. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, now you run the ball, you get takeaways, you win. All right. Hey, little teaser for one of the next videos. I got a little playoff predictor probability thing that we can do. But just remember this: 3 out of 4. 3 out of the next 4. If we win 3 out of the next 4, we have a 98 or 99% chance to win it or to get in the playoffs, no matter what 3 we win. But next week, if we beat the Rams, now all of a sudden we can catch teams in our division and we can catch teams in the NFC West. It's a big, big deal. It's a big deal because the Rams have us and the Seahawks. Like it could get fun, and we'd have the tiebreaker. So next week's the big one. This was a huge game. Next week's bigger. So all right, let's get out of here. It's been 25 minutes. This is fun. It's fun talking victories again. We'll see if people hit it. Let us know what your favorite part about what the game was. Leave a comment. Hit that subscribe button. Why not? We'll see you on the next one.
See ya.